all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another news video. And first, let me just say happy Thanksgiving or happy belated Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys had a good Thanksgiving weekend last week. And obviously, it's been a while since I've done one of these news update videos here on YouTube. I do apologize for that. There's just been a lot going on in my life these past couple of weeks, and things have been very hectic. Hopefully, you've been keeping up with all the latest news on the websites, Toy News International, Marvelous News, T-Formers, and Jedi Insider. I do highly recommend, if you've not already, to bookmark those websites and to keep checking those out on a daily basis, because obviously there's a lot more toy news than what I talk about here. Even on a regular basis, there's generally more news than what I actually talk about here. Now for today's video, there are just a couple of things I wanted to touch upon, some things I thought might interest you guys. And the first thing is I have some updates for the next batch of Marvel Legend waves we should start seeing on shelves pretty soon here. So it looks like the next 3 waves of Marvel Legend figures that we're going to start seeing is that second wave of Black Panther movie figures. And while I was kind of expecting those to be out by before the end of the year, it looks like we may not really start seeing them until the 1st of January. Now, I did some checking with some major e-tailers to see when they were expecting to get these in or start taking pre-orders. And it looks like the official pre-order date for the second Black Panther wave is going to be January 1st, 2019. Now, that doesn't mean we won't possibly see them pop up somewhere else sooner, especially overseas. It's possible they could pop up sooner, or at some mass retailer, sometimes they'll get them in sooner. But right now it looks like we're really not going to start seeing that wave until the 1st of January. And that's when they're also expected to go up for pre-order. I talked again with some e-tailers, and they said probably they would start getting in pretty close to when they put them up for pre-order, which is something that has become kind of the norm with these things. The second wave, which also is going to go up for pre-order on the 1st of January, is that Spider-Man Kingpin wave. So it looks like both of those waves are going to start hitting pretty close to one another. So the Black Panther wave, and just to recap, and you've so many things coming out and everything coming at you, maybe you've forgotten, but just to recap, that Black Panther wave is going to include a new Black Panther figure with a new unmasked head. It's going to come with King T'Chaka, Eric Killmonger with the fatigues, and the ceremonial mask that is removable. That's also in that wave. Ulysses Claw, which is probably the best figure in that wave in my opinion. Definitely looks dead on to the actor and everything. It's going to have the 2 alternate arms, a regular arm and then the gun arm, which is pretty cool. We're getting a vibranium-powered Black Panther with the purple and everything. And then AO, which is going to come with 2 alternate heads so that you can army builder and essentially create the Wakanda army, the female army. So that's definitely kind of cool. I know some of you had been doing that with the previous figure that they did, but now they're kind of making it an army builder thing officially. And then the final is the Build-A-Figure, which is going to be Mbaku, the man-ape, and again, he looks pretty good. So even though it's, just it's all movie figures, there's no comic book-based figures, but, if you're a Black Panther fan, I think many of you have been looking forward to that ever since it was announced at San Diego Comic-Con. And again, we should start seeing it by the 1st of January. And same with the Spider-Man wave. And just to recap that one, that's going to have the Puma figure, the 6-armed Spider-Man that most people didn't seem terribly impressed with when it was shown off at the overseas convention a couple weeks ago, the modern symbiote Spider-Man figure, the Red Goblin, the modern Black Cat figure, the modern Silver Sable, and Night Thrasher from the New Warriors. And then, of course, the Kingpin is the Build-A-Figure in that wave. And that's probably the one everyone is wanting the most from that wave, is the actual Build-A-Figure. And then the third wave that should be coming out, which is going to be a little bit later, pre-orders will start going up on January 15th, is the Captain Marvel movie wave. So that wave is going to include the Captain Marvel movie figure, the Star Force Commander, or the original Captain Marvel is who I think that's supposed to be, Talos, or the Skrull figure, the young Nick Fury figure, Grey Gargoyle, which is a comic book based figure, and Genis Vale, which is also a comic book based figure, round out that wave, and then the Kree Sentry is the Build-A-Figure in that wave. So that will be out after, that should come out after the Spider-Man and the Black Panther wave, and will start going up for pre-order around the 15th of January. Now again, these can change a bit, and like I said, some places like overseas might get something in sooner than other, and so that's not necessarily to say that's when they will, when they'll first start pop up, but when you really will start easily being able to pre-order them or get them from online e-tailers and stuff, those are the dates that you probably want to keep in mind for those figures. Okay, now while we're on the subject of Marvel figures, I also wanted to share with you recently released official images for the upcoming Miles Morales MAFEX Spider-Man figure. So this was announced at an overseas convention a couple weeks ago, and then last week we got the official images and details. So this figure is slated with an August 2019 release date, and it's going to come with the pretty standard accessories that we've been seeing with the other MAFEX Spider-Man figures. So we're going to get open hands, gripping hands, fists, web-slinging hands, 2 masked heads, an unmasked head, which looks pretty good, the magnetic hands and feet, and then a mask that he can hold in his hand. So when you've got the unmasked hand on there, it looks like he's holding his mask, and then various pieces of webbing effect. And again, that figure, which is currently up for pre-order, is going to be released in August 2019. At that overseas convention a couple weeks ago, we also got our first look at the next Amazing Yamaguchi figure. This is going to be the one following the recently announced Gambit and Psylocke figures. So this one is Iron Man. We're going back to the Avengers with this one, and they're doing Iron Man. I don't really have any details. This image comes from the AHN network, and again, this was on display at an overseas convention a couple weeks ago, so I really don't have any specific details as far as release date at this time, but that information should likely be coming soon. Now also real quick on the MAFEX front, last week they released official images for their 2017 It movie Pennywise figure. So this one looks pretty good as well. Seems like they're moving into the horror genre now. And Pennywise, this is based on the modern Pennywise, not the classic one, which is my preferred look for the character. But nevertheless, this figure is going to be packed with a lot of accessories. You're going to get 3 different head sculpts, which look pretty good. You're going to get multiple pairs of hands, including closed fists, relaxed hands, reaching hands, holding hands. You're going to get the paper sailboat, and of course the red balloon. Now, I gotta say, while this figure does look really good, if I had to choose, NECA recently did this version of the character as well. I did a review of it a month or so ago, and that one's a really good figure as well. So I don't really see anything here that makes this one want me to get it over the NECA one. And the NECA figure basically just has a better price point to it. It costs about $25. This one, somewhere much higher neighborhood. So I don't know. I mean, if you're a huge MAFEX fan or what have you, or just a huge Pennywise fan, you'll probably want them both. But if I had to go with one or the other, I'd probably just go with the NECA one. But nevertheless, this MAFEX version is also, like the Spider-Man, is going to be released in August 2019. The company Jazwares made a somewhat surprising announcement last week stating that they're going to be doing 4-inch Fortnite figures, so based on the popular video game. McFarlane Toys has already been doing 7-inch versions, and 2 of those figures are already out on shelves now. We'll be posting reviews of those figures up on TNI here pretty shortly within the next week. But Jazwares is going to be, for you smaller scale fans, is going to be doing 4-inch figures. So these figures are slated to start hitting shelves on December 1st. That's their official release date. Looks like they're already starting to slip out, though, because they're showing up on eBay. That's where these images come from. Jazwares has not actually released any official images. They posted their own image of one of their figures, a carded figure, and then again these have started to show up on eBay. But it looks like the first wave is going to include the characters Omega, Carbid. I don't play the game, so I'm not familiar with these characters, so if I butcher the names, I apologize. Technique, Raptor, Bandolier, and Drift. So that looks like is going to round out the first wave of 4-inch figures from Jazwares. And then also, it looks like they're going to be doing some special Llama Drama Loot Pinata. and that's going to include, I guess, a special edition Rust Lord figure. So I wouldn't be surprised if they end up releasing that on a regular card back. But right now, if you want that character, it looks like you're going to have to get this pinata thing. And it's also going to be chocked with, looks like, a lot of different accessories, weapon accessories and stuff. So even, if the figure itself isn't something you're that super interested in, if you just like a bunch of weapons and stuff, you might want to check it out. Now, the figures themselves, the basic figures, look like do come with weapon accessories and then also some kind of display base. Okay, and then the final bit of news I wanted to share with you guys is Mezco today put up for pre-order their new Batman Sovereign Knight Onyx Edition figure. This is a Mezco exclusive figure, and quite frankly, this is probably, in my opinion at least, the best looking of these Sovereign Knight Batman figures that they've done. Seems to have a lot of characteristics with the Michael Keaton Batman suit, which I think is really cool. You've got the yellow bat symbol, the black suit and everything. I don't think the ears look too big. I like the head sculpt with this one. So definitely this, I think is a very cool figure, and it seems like a lot of you agreed with me because as soon as this thing went up for pre-order, it looks like everybody slammed the website, and in Mezco tradition, the website basically started to crash. I went over there when it first went up for pre-order and tried to get it, and it kept telling me an error when I would, try and finish the checkout process. And then finally it told me that the figure was no longer available. So definitely it was a very frustrating experience. And again, I don't think I was alone in that. And this isn't the first time that this has happened with Mezco. If they're going to sell figures directly, I think they should really take the time and put some money into creating a website that can withstand, loads of traffic. I can't believe that they're really getting that much traffic on these things that, they can't create a website that can handle it. So it's not the only company that's done this in the past. We used to see this all the time with Mattel. They just didn't seem to be willing to put the resources into the website and the company that processed their orders to make sure that things went smoothly. And oftentimes people walked away very frustrated, and in my opinion at least, is something that kind of hurt the line and hurt their sales overall. I know it kind of creates this craze buzz of, oh, I've got to get it, I got to get fast, blah, blah, blah. But in the long run, I think it does more a disservice to a company when this kind of thing happens on a regular basis than anything positive that it might do. Now, again, the figure, there is a wait list, and if you put yourself on the wait list, you likely will get access, get a chance to get the figure eventually. The same thing happened, not too long ago with their New York Comic-Con figures and those LA Comic-Con figures with the Iron Man and such. I'm still waiting to get mine. I had to get it from the wait list, but it is yet to arrive at my house yet, the Iron Man figure. So, but eventually it will come. But like I said, it would really be nice if companies like this, if they're going to do this on a regular basis, make these limited edition figures that they're only going to sell directly, they should really put in place a website that can handle the traffic load. Okay, well, enough of a rant there. Let me tell you a little bit more about the figure. So the figure is going to come pretty much with the same kind of accessories that we've seen with the previous Sovereign Knight figures. So you're going to get 10 small batarangs, you're going to get 1 large batarang, you're going to get a bat drone, a sonic disruptor, a grappling gun, a grappling hook you can put in the gun, and a string that you can attach to the hook as well. And like I said, the figure is currently sold out, but you can go to their website and have yourself placed on their waiting list and hope for the best. Okay, so that's it on the news front. Now, just some quick channel updates for you guys. So, again, we continue to run contests on the TNI and Marvelous News message boards where you can have a chance to win a $100 store credit to either your choice of Big Bad Toy Store or Megalopolis Toys. It is 2 different contests, so you have 2 different chances to win if you use both the TNI and Marvelous News message boards. And we actually just did a drawing today for the latest contest winners. And so I will be launching new contests either later today or tomorrow, which will go for another 2 weeks. So you'll essentially have another 2 weeks where you can enter to win. And I will put links to the message boards in this video, and then just keep an eye out for the next contest details, which will be posted on those message boards. But again, that should be coming up either later today or tomorrow. It may even be up now as you're watching this. I'm not entirely sure, but definitely coming soon. And then on the video review front on the channel here, I just want to let you guys know I've got 2 reviews coming up this week. I'm going to be doing the DC Multiverse Signature Collection Linda Carter Wonder Woman figure. I've got that in hand and hoping to have that review up on Wednesday. And the second review I've got, which I'm looking to have up by Friday, is I'm going to be reviewing the entire next DC Multiverse wave with the Lex Luthor Rebirth Collect and Connect figure. I'm going to do it's 4 figures plus the Collect and Connect, so I'm doing that as one review, and I'm hoping to have that up by Friday. And just a quick news bit for you guys on that Wonder Woman figure, the Linda Carter one. If you pre-ordered it someplace online, like a Big Bad Toy Store, you're probably, if you haven't already, going to be getting a notification saying that it's been canceled. It looks like that figure is, and it's going to primarily only going to be offered at physical stores like Walmart. May even end up being an actual Walmart exclusive. I don't have that confirmed. But from as I understand it, most e-tailers are not going to be getting in that Linda Carter Wonder Woman figure, so you are going to have to likely resort to getting it from a physical store. And it has started to see a limited release, so if you want to get that figure, you probably want to start checking places like Walmart now. Okay, so that's it. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about everything we talked about today. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And of course, you can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I will catch you later.